Hello everyone, welcome back to a new video. So today I want to use the Cobble mold again, the coaster mold, and I thought, I try 4 different techniques. So I'm starting with a sort of crushed ice effect and also with the reverse Larimar, but of course it's a shallow mold. I'm not sure about the ratios for the reverse Larimar in this mold, and I just want to go with the flow. So the reverse Larimar is inspired by Nicole Martin. The crushed ice effect is inspired by myself and Sandra Rettich and as well Marion Richter, because we got this technique 3.5 years, 4 years ago. So we had really fun discovering it. But there's one twist I want to do. I want to use mica powder with both effects and see what I can achieve, if it works, or if it doesn't work, if I get some nice effects. So I can tell you already, please stir your resin very, very well when you put mica powders into your cup. I have here an olive, it's like an olive green mica powder, as well as the Enoki. You saw that I put some big spritz of Enoki in my cup. And you saw also that I didn't weigh my cup. So I'm just going with the flow, which I love doing. And, sometimes I just don't like to measure. And, that's why I'm taking you also with me. And you will see that I'm always mixing my resin in the cup. The resin I'm using here is the Art Pro resin from the Resin Pro company, a medium viscosity resin and very good for such effects. So you saw I did first the layer of the Enoki, then I used the greenish mica powder. I filled up my mold with some clear resin, and now I have some stones in gold and these white stones, which I always love to use. And these are my centers for the first pour. And yeah, I needed to add a little bit more. So for the reverse Larimar, I'm doing very similar, but I need to add a little bit more for my white and also for my green. So you see, I'm always pouring with the same cups. And I'm using again the Enoki and also this greenish, this olive green mica powder. By the way, this from the Craftsman store. The Enoki is from Octopus Fluids. And you saw I'm doing 2 big spritz again, and you see how full my cup is. Probably I won't be using all of the white, I will see. And I need to mix it and stir my mica powder very well. You will see later, that's why I keep on saying, please stir your mica powder very well. With the first coaster which I poured, there will be some specks of the color of the mica powder, but actually this time I didn't care so much because I actually liked it. But normally I don't like it, and that's why I'm always saying please stir very well. So now I have here my clear resin in my mold, just so that the bottom of the mold is covered. And then, I need to take care for some air bubbles. And then I'm taking here the Enoki again. I'm pouring into the center of the mold like you would do with the reverse Larimar effect. And then I'm taking my mica powder and I'm pouring on top of the Enoki. So with the reverse Larimar, you have first clear, then the Enoki, then you have normally just a transparent color. I have mica powder now, and then I'm filling up my mold till my mold is full to the rim. And then I'm adding the stones again, my mixture, which I have here, which I think it's looking very gorgeous because it's not so right into your face. So these are my second coasters, and with the first coaster you can already see that the white is really pulling to the center, and normally it's a good sign for having effects. Funny, because it's just white, but normally it really gives some nice effects. So for my next coaster, I thought I'd do something similar like the Terra Flora technique, but you will see I'm not adding any alcohol inks on top. I just want to pour with these two colors, with the Enoki and for my, no, not this time for the Enoki, sorry. Just with the white pigment drops and with my olive color. So you will see I will add pigment drops and not Enoki, sorry. Sometimes you are confused because you do the voiceover, but you see I go with a couple of drops. I think there were in total 5 or 6 drops in this cup, and I'm stirring this very well so it's rather opaque. It's not too light, and this is for my next coaster. And like I said, I want to do similar like the Terra Flora technique, but only with mica powder and with the white, no alcohol inks. So I cover again the bottom of my mold with the clear resin, a little bit more than I did with the sort of reverse Larimar. It won't be a reverse Larimar, but it's a technique. And now I'm just using my greenish color and I'm doing the spiral, just trying to follow a little bit the mold, the shape of the mold, and I'm pouring also rather thick. And then I can take my white and I'm pouring on top and between the green. You see it just randomly. See, I try to be accurate hitting the clear part, but you also hit like the greenish part, so you cannot be as accurate always. But for this technique, it doesn't matter anyway. Now I'm filling up my mold, and this time I have more clear resin for this mold than I would do normally for the Terra Flora technique. I'm using a lot less, but I'm not weighing anything, as you can see, so I really go with the flow and just want to see what can I achieve. So far, I'm quite happy with the coasters, how they are looking for now, and I'm quite positive that I can achieve some nice results. You just need to do it. Sometimes some people tell me, yeah, I'm too afraid to do this. You need to make sure you have the right resin for your technique. For this technique, you really need to have sort of medium viscosity resin with a rather long working time. And you need to have the right pigments, of course. And now I'm going to go for the web effect. And I'm pouring my greenish color just around the edge, as you can see. Going around, and I love this green shade. It's a beautiful, very beautiful green tone. And now I'm taking my clear resin, I'm filling up my mold just below the rim, and then I'm taking my white and I'm pouring also around the edge. You see it there. Yeah, and my boyfriend came in and I got a fright, and that's why I was stopping. I actually said to him, what are you doing? You know, now I spilled my resin. But he really gave me a fright because I was so concentrated, and he came in and yeah, that's why I spilled. So now I have my greenish color again and then my white again, and then I can let my resin do its magic. I only need to take care for the center. This will come as well. I just put it in and then I sorted a little bit, yeah, and there fell. I was a little bit too, yeah, not careful enough. And then I thought, I just let the stone drop down, because if I fiddle around a little bit more, then I ruin the whole pattern. And then I thought, just leave it. If there's a stone, there is a stone. I want to have natural effects, and you know, it belongs to nature. So yeah, you can see with the third coaster that the resin is already moving, that something is happening. Also here with the sort of crushed ice effect where I'm now. My center is almost closed. The same with the sort of reverse Larima effect. And yeah, I'm so curious how these coasters will look at the end. Just a quick torch and then I can let my resin do its magic. It's just awesome to work with resin. And sometimes, I think I don't have any new ideas or anything. But then, when you think about it, yeah, you just go and you just do something. And you see it here, the resin was really working nicely. And I think I get some beautiful effects. But of course, I will only know the next day. And here it's almost closed. And I'm hoping, of course, that it will close completely, but you never know. Anyway, this is the next day. I can demold and I'm so curious. So this is the first one. That was the crushed ice effect with mica powder. Then there is the sort of reverse Larima, also with the mica powder. Then here is the web effect, and the other one is the Terra Flora effect. So there are four different techniques, and I'm so curious for the result. So let's have a look for this one. And look at this. I really love this, but I had these specs, like I said, but in a way, I don't mind. It just belongs to it. It's just, yeah, the white crackles, and then I have my, my powder there. But I don't mind so much, and I will dome these later, and then you will see that it doesn't matter anymore that there are these little particles. So this is now the sort of reverse Larima, and I achieved more a crackle, but look at this crackle, how defined it is. And it has a very slightly shades of the white on the surface, which I really adore. It's like a little whispery white. There's the sort of Terra Flora effect. So let's have a look for this one, how this is looking. And I also love this one because it gives very natural effect, very stony effect. And I really love this with this little tiny web effect in the center. The little blobs really like it. And then we can go to the web effect. And I'm very curious about this one because that was the last one to pour and I hope it worked also. And yes, it worked very well. And look at this. And I just adore this green color. It's very beautiful. So I'm quite happy with the 4 different coasters and with the different effects. They have all its own charm. So I wonder which one you like most. Here's now the end result, and I put the light on so the coasters have a slightly different color. But I wanted to show you, I used the, I think it's called something with green from Laura's Art Corner, a shimmer. It's not galaxy green, it's something different. I forgot the name, but I wanted to show you that it's really sparkling very nicely. Okay, anyway, with this, I leave you. I thank you for watching and please take good care of yourself. Bye bye.